Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
And a good evening to you, everyone. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. A quick message from my sponsors at Robert Gibb and Sons. They're offering free duct cleaning with any new HVAC system upgrade. Give my friends at Robert Gibb and Sons a call today. And basically, that is a $1,000 value. Make sure you protect your home from mold, pollen, and enjoy fire prevention and energy savings. Breathe easy knowing your air is clean and your home is safe. All right, let's talk a little bit about our weather. We come out of the weekend with a lot of rain. We have more rain, but some good news with regards to the flood risk across parts of the area. New models from the National Weather Service in Chanhassen indicate that the river levels up in the Grand Forks area are not expected to reach flood stage, so the flood warning will be allowed to expire there. But we're still at that flood stage in many other areas up and down the Red River, so we'll keep those in effect. But a look at that radar right now. Let's get to what we have going on, and things are pretty quiet across the area. Leora, good to have you on from Oakley. And as it's always the case on Hutch's Weather, drop me a note. Let me know where you're watching from. If you have a question, let me know. Love to hear about it. And maybe you have an observation about the weather from your area. We had some fun weather again today. Clouds, a few passing showers, and that cool breeze. But we have a warm-up in store, and we also have more thunder and lightning in the forecast, some of it severe. So the green counties you see here, the green polygons indicate areas of flood warnings. This is for rising waters from all of the recent rains. So that Buffalo River going from that Glendon area all the way through Dilworth and on up towards the where it enters the Red River, that's a problem. There's flood warnings there. There's the flood warnings all along the Red River here in the Fargo area of Cass County, Clay County, as it works its way up north towards the Pearly area. Now, up in the Grand Forks area, this one will be dropped as the river level is not expected to reach that flood stage in the Grand Forks area. And as we look up to the north, though, Oslo already having some problems there. Watching from Dilworth, Paula, good to have you on board. Thank you for the stars. Rita, good to have you on board. We need heat. I know. I'm ready to get rid of the long sleeve shirts here. Hey, Tiffany from Comstock, it's wonderful to have you on board. The Red River near Clay County is increasing, and it's rising very high. Indeed, it is. And in fact, on some of the bridges north of town, that water is just skirting right under the rails of the bridge. So that water has indeed risen high across the area. Now, let's take a look at our temperatures across the area. Let's go ahead and turn those on for you. Here you go. Shazam. The numbers in red are your temperatures, and the numbers in green are the dew point temperatures. The closer they are together, well, the better chance we have at making some lower level fog. Now, we have 40s for the dew point temperatures in greens, and 50s is all we're mustering right now. But the wind is quieting down. Shh, wind, go away for just a little while because it's coming back tomorrow. So it's going to be a cool night. Right now, we do have a clearing of the skies. Here's a look at that latest satellite. We looked at this a little bit earlier today, and it kind of showed that popcorn shape to the clouds that were moving overhead. The only clouds we have left in the region are here in the Red River Valley. Things have really cleared out substantially out to the west. By the way, all of the lights you see out west, the oil patch out there in the Williston area, and that's Lake Sakakawea knifing through the middle of it. Looks like the river out there, Tiffany says, is 21.9 feet in and around the area of Richland County and parts of northern Cass and Clay County. So yes, it is indeed definitely rising. We've had some significant rainfall across the area over the last 7 days. Fargo North wanting more clear skies and sunny weather. Alan, let's get to it because the clearing of the skies is going to continue to take place tonight. We're going to have some beautiful and warm weather, but we do have a quick return to some rainfall in the forecast as well. Let's get to a look at your overnight temperatures first. Overnight, with the clearing skies, it's going to be calm winds, very quiet conditions. We'll have a few places that will kiss the 30s. That's right, up there in the Walker area, just off to the east of Bemidji. 45 in Bemidji, 43 for you in the Badette area. International Falls down towards portions of the Walker Lake area. You could see a few upper 30s there, and it might not be out of the question up near Walhalla, Langdon, Rock Lake, Can-Do. 43 Devil's Lake, 43 for Valley City. Jamestown, there's the 45 for you as you enjoy some wonderful weather. Look at the 50s out to the west. That's because there is some thunderstorm activity taking taking place there right now. And for that, we're going to go back to the radar and we're going to look out in the big sky country of Montana. Notice this. We have some strong to severe storms up by Shelby, Montana. And these storms are moving northeast right up into parts of the southern Saskatchewan, Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, seeing some strong and stout thunderstorms out there. So the thunderstorms we have out there and the 70s that we see out there are all heading our way, and that happens tomorrow. And here's a quick look at the basics in your forecast. First and foremost, this is going to bring some rain. And once again, we're going to have a chance at some appreciable rain showers with this particular system. To take a look at the very latest on that, I think I will show you this forecast model that's just coming in. Here you go, folks. This is a look at a high-resolution modeled forecast that is updated each and every hour. This one goes out into tomorrow, and this is fresh, hot off the presses. Can you see it? It's still sizzling a little bit. All right, let's take a look at this. Now, as we take a look tonight, high pressure, calming winds, and clearing skies. That's a trend. See the couple of green blips we have on the radar screen there in central Minnesota, not far from you in Bemidji? Those popcorn showers usually diminish during the overnight hours. As you look at our overnight forecast, here is a look at first thing in the morning. Quiet winds in Minnesota. More isobars out west near Montana means gusty winds there, but they're from the south. That's going to really bolster temperatures out there. It's going to get sizzle-worthy in parts of Montana. Then, in the afternoon, with the heat of the day, you're looking at noon now on the map. Nothing in the future radar there, but here it comes. Developing showers and thunderstorms in the high country, near Billings, near Forsyth, and heading into Miles City in the afternoon. We'll focus and converge on places like Glendive, Montana, Baker, Montana, and Ekalaka, Montana. And if you're out there in Beach, well, there could be some passing thunder showers. Thunder showers, well, those things will impact isolated areas with locally heavy rain. For us, we stay dry for the entirety of the day with the wind picking up late. This is your dinner hour here. As we get into the late evening hours, it moves into the Bismarck area. See that? Showers and thunderstorms in the Missouri River Valley all the way up from Minot, maybe Rolla, straight south to the South Dakota border in Sioux County, seeing some showers and thunderstorms in south central North Dakota. We'll stay breezy, we'll stay warm, and overnight the clouds will be on the increase. Overnight, our western counties in eastern North Dakota will have a chance at some overnight showers. The time you're looking at here, though, is 6 a.m. Hit and miss sprinkles and spits here and there in the forecast in the morning. And then as we go through the day, our chance of rain will increase as we go towards the midday hour in the afternoon. Now, this is a little bit of a time change from the last model we showed you. This shows that the storms will have a little later onset. It was showing the shower and thunderstorms moving through the Red River Valley at around the midday hour. This is holding it off till the dinner hour. That means we'll have more heating as we go through your Thursday. That means Thursday could bring a better chance for a few thunderstorms. If there's going to be anything strong, though, it looks like to me it'll be in South Dakota. So this has these storms passing through the FM area around drive time, through the Grand Forks area around drive time, and then moving into parts of western Minnesota for the evening hours. This is on Thursday, mind you, not the Wednesday that you see at the top of the screen. I'm not sure what's wrong with my clock there. Now, with the later arrival, that's just going to delay things a little bit, but we're still going to have some significant rainfall in places. Not all of us, but in places. That's how thunderstorms work. Why don't we just go ahead and take a look at this model, and let's take a look at the latest precipitation amounts that this system is expecting to be making here. Because it doesn't arrive until the end of this model run, most of it will be in eastern North Dakota, a little bit less in western Minnesota. And if we zoom in on this just a little bit, which, well, I guess we can't. Generally, the forecast that I have prepared for you says many of us will have a chance at about 1/4 inch of rain. It looks like that still holds true. Under the heavier gully washers, we'll see some spots picking up upwards of 1 inch or maybe more. The best chance at getting significantly more rain is where you see the pinks and the purples. Some isolated areas will pick up over 1 inch of rain once again. Good evening, Cheryl. Paula, thank you so much. And Justice says, I see major growth, all the nitrogen from the rain feeding the plants good. I know my grass, I cannot keep up with it. I think I need to mow just about every day to keep up with this rain. So here's a closer look. I'll go ahead and zoom in on some of the rainfall forecasts that I prepared earlier. There'll be a pocket or two that has a chance at some over 1 inch amounts. Don't pay particular attention to any of the locations here with regards to the rainfall amounts that it plots in Fargo, for instance, 0.3. What this means, though, I think many of us up north will have a chance at 1/10 of an inch of rain. Some will get upwards of 1/3 of an inch of rain. Now, here in the south, most of us will have a chance at 1/3 of an inch of rain as we go through the day Thursday and into Friday morning. Okay, and that's the timing. Thursday into Friday morning, with some areas, isolated areas, picking up over 1 inch of rain again. That's the southern Red River Valley. Remember, that water will have to make its way up eventually through the Red River as it falls in the Red River watershed. Some of it will be falling into the Missouri watershed and head south. That's a look at that. That's the rainfall forecast. And again, the timing could be shifting just a little bit later, as I just showed you, a little bit later than noon here for the FM area with some rumbles of thunder. The risk of severe is pretty low for our area as we go into Thursday, but out in Montana tomorrow, look at this. Look at the heat of the day. We're talking 80s out in places like Beach, North Dakota, 86 up there in Sidney, Montana, Glendive, Montana, 81 degrees. All of these areas in Montana and even out towards Bismarck getting up to near 80 will have some energy in the atmosphere. And that is why the Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight risk for severe weather in the areas of western Montana, eastern Montana rather, and looking into western North Dakota. So let me take you back to a look at this. And as you see the areas of, well, the yellows, Williston to Dickinson, we're talking about Hettinger, Bowman, all the way south into the Spearfish area, the yellow areas, a good chance at seeing some severe storms out in the west. These storms are not expected to go all night long overnight. It's just going to be too dry, as a matter of fact, but there could be a few showers that make it as far as Bismarck, and those could still be pretty stout. Same thing goes for you in Minot up to the north. These shower and thunderstorm chances tomorrow will stretch all the way south into the eastern plains of Colorado, as far south as Pueblo and Point South, as you go down into the deep south part there near Springfield and Los Animas, Colorado. That's a look at the forecast for severe weather on the day on Wednesday. But what about Thursday? Is this going to move into the valley? Doesn't look like it, based on the timing. However, there's been a timing shift, so I want to keep that in mind for you. But let's take a look at the severe weather threat as we go into your Thursday. And that threat shifts back to the south. That's Denver down into Texas. So for our area, the risk of severe storms is very low in eastern North Dakota. It's very low in western Minnesota. And it's a little higher, though, in western Dakotas for your day on Wednesday. I have a complete video that you can see. I'll post a link to it in the bottom in the comment section right here for you to have a look at right now. And you can check this video out just a little bit later with regards to the risk for severe weather across the nation over the next couple of days. I even tracked a couple of storms that were ongoing tonight in places like Colorado and south in Texas and even New Mexico, with severe thunderstorm warnings continuing to occur right now. Abilene under the gun with an active severe thunderstorm warning. You can see more on this on my video that I posted on my YouTube channel. But for now, this is what we're looking at as we take a look way out. Now, the bonus coverage is coming up here just around the corner after the 7-day. I'm going to go over a look at what you can expect with regards to whoop-de-doo. What are we looking at as we close the book on May and head into June? Yeah, we're going to look way ahead. But let's look at that 7-day planner first, brought to you by my very good friends at Precision Lawn and Landscaping, my newest sponsor. And again, they have gone ahead and really gone out on a limb and said, we like Hutch, and we're going to make our own very own Hutch's discount. So you, Hutch's viewers, can call, well, if you need any lawn work done at all for this spring, now early summer season, yard cleanup, hey, get on a maintenance program with them. Call them. If you're a new customer, they're going to give you Hutch's discount. Ask for it, ask for the details, but it's 10% on lawn maintenance, and it's 5% on bigger jobs because they do all kinds of landscaping, fencing, and the like. Give them a call today. Precision Lawn and Landscaping. Look at this weather. More summer-like, and a few days we're kissing 80. Now, we'll be in the 70s Wednesday, thunder likely Thursday that we talked about, generally around the midday to afternoon hours as it looks now. 73 to 75 for Friday and Saturday, and it looks like we have some graduations going on. Well, Saturday, not bad at all. I think at best we'll have an isolated little thunder shower. Sunday, however, could bring some more significant storms to the region, and some of those storms could indeed be severe. I'll be keeping my eyes on those. a bit cooler on Monday, but only a pinch cooler, 73, 77 on Tuesday. And now for your bonus coverage. Hey, we got a question from Trees on the Move. Any chance for rain, a break from the rains for North Dakota? Not in the early stretch. We're going to have a decent chance on Thursday, a decent chance again on Sunday, and into next week as well. Let's go to that long ranger forecast, shall we? This is a climate forecast. So let me do just a little bit of explaining here about what a climate forecast is. Climate forecasts that go way, way out use less data to get started. So for a high resolution forecast like we want for thunderstorms, to be able to forecast what county thunderstorms have a good chance at starting in versus which county they don't, we use a lot of input data. Now, when we're looking at climate models, because we're asking them to do more calculations and go way farther out in time, sometimes the data is a little bit farther out, a little bit fewer and farther between, if you will. Now, that means that we can't zoom into any one particular county and expect to see fine details or resolution about the forecast. And when we go out even farther, the more steps in time we go out, a little error becomes a bigger error, becomes a more bigger error, becomes a huge error by the time we get way out in time. So that's my caveat. This can have some huge errors in the extended forecast. But without further ado, we're going to take a look at the climate forecast. Temperatures first. Here we go. Buckle your seatbelts. All right. As we take a look at the forecast for temperature, as we go and close out the month and begin into June, what you want to watch for here is the pool of cool in blue up there near Hudson Bay. Do you see it? Hudson Bay is right over here. Okay. Now, as we take a look at this and set things into motion, that thing's out of here. And look at the white hot heat returning to the south. We're talking the Rio Grande Valley of Texas, 90s and 100s, and the desert Southwest from Las Vegas through all of Arizona and southern New Mexico. It looks sizzle-worthy as we go through. This is the early part of June. This is June 1st and June 2nd. Now, we see some Rocky Mountain cool pool there working its way into the Rocky Mountains, but that's not unprecedented for this time of the year. But we start to see some of those white and grayish colors making their way into the northern plains. Those are 70s and 80s. And look at the heat. It's pinching out the cool all the way through most of the lower 48 with the exception of the Pacific Northwest, the Rocky Mountains of Montana, Oregon, the Cascades of Washington. Okay, that looks a little cooler, but look at the heat starting to build. Now, this looks nice and toasty roasty as we go into the 5th to 6th of the month. So the first full week of June, we're on a warming trend, folks. Many of us seeing 70s, some of us seeing 80s, even as far north as the northern plains. Look at those triple digits, by the way. That's really hot. 105 down there as we look down into the desert. Palm Springs and areas around the lowlands. Okay, another cool pool slides out, cooling off the northern plains. Look at that, 50s and 60s as we go toward the 10th of the month. And that's a significant cool off here. As we go into the afternoon of the 10th, it looks like some significantly cooler weather as we go into that second weekend of the month of June. Okay, so staying hot in the desert Southwest, but a nice burp of cool air from Canada as we go into the second week of the month. Now that continues to spread southeast. Look at it bring a little bit of relief from the heat all the way south. You see this line right here? You're looking at a forecast for first thing in the morning. That's a real nice, refreshing line of cool air all the way from Canada, working its way into the deep south. Northern parts of, say, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and even Mississippi will enjoy much cooler afternoon temperatures in the 70s, but the Gulf Coast states won't quite get the same. Now look at the heat wave in the Rocky Mountains as we go towards the 14th and the 15th, the middle of the month. So it does look like we'll get some heat here and there, but mostly heat. The coolest parts of the country will be in the Pacific Northwest and then across the nation's midsection, diving to the south as we go through the second week of the month. Out beyond this, it gets a little bit hard to get too specific, but it does look like a little bit of a cooler pool of air slides in as we go beyond the middle of the month of June. This is way out there. Okay, so that's a quick look at the temperature outlook for the lower 48. Now I'll look at the same thing, but we're going to look at storm tracks. Okay, this is just going to give us an idea of when there's going to be some significant storm potential and where. So now you're looking at the date. If you follow it, it's the 31st of the month. Here is a look at our storms moving through as we go through your Thursday night and into Friday. That's out of here. Then we're quiet. Whoop, little sprinkle action, not out of the question as we go through Saturday the 1st, but it doesn't look like a big deal. High pressure keeping us fairly cool on Saturday for most of the day. Sunday, though, we could have some stronger storms developing as we talked about. Those could last into Monday in the eastern Dakotas. Now, as this system works its way through, it's out of here and high pressure returns, south winds return, and a nice bubble of warm air moves all the way up into parts of Montana and all the way into North Dakota. A passing cold front will bring shower chances as we go through the 5th. And then it looks like a cooler, drier north wind cools us off briefly. After that, I don't see any big wet systems as we go toward the middle of the month. So we do have our this week storm. We have our late weekend storm on Sunday into Monday. And after that, it looks like a stretch of cooler, drier weather until we get to the middle of the month. And then we may see a chance or an increased chance at some unsettled weather across the northern plains of the United States. I'm not going to go out too much farther than this, even though, as you can see, this goes out way deep into the end of the month, 25th. So it looks like the second half of the month becomes a little more unsettled here in the northern plains. But yeah, lots of isobars there, Brenda, in those forecast maps. So that is a quick look at the extended forecast. What's Hutch's bottom line on that? Bottom line number one, we have a couple of chances of storms this week, but a nice warm up takes hold. We are going to stay pretty warm through the first 10 days of June. And then after that, things cool off just a little bit with a cool front that moves through. When we get into the second half of the month, around the 15th, we'll start to see a better chance at some more showers and thunderstorms. Susie, hi from Mesa. I was just through Mesa, Arizona not too long ago. Went and visited the deserts of Arizona and the mountains of Arizona. What beautiful country it is indeed. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I'll leave you with a look at that 7-day planner, and then we'll also take a quick peek at the latest national radar as I pop that back up on the screen over here while we're looking at the 7-day. We definitely have a couple of chances of showers. The best chance will be Thursday and again Sunday night and into Monday. Temperatures in the 70s throughout. I think we have a decent shot at some 80s Sunday and into next week. I'll keep you updated right here. Here's a quick look at that radar as we go. Don't forget to drop a line and look at my video out there on YouTube. Colorado, though, tonight seeing some showers and some thunderstorms. As I loop this through, you can see those storms are basically just off to the east of the Denver area. They are severe. That's not too far from the airport, but it's not at the airport. The airport is right here, this little square. Denver International Airport. Everything's just kind of stationary out there. Those very slow-moving thunderstorms will drop copious amounts of rainfall with some flooding in the high plains of Colorado. And then you do have some showers and thunderstorms near Amarillo, also down towards Austin and Corpus Christi, Texas, in the path of a few showers and thunderstorms as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Oh, Steve says, what's the thoughts on the weather for Friday afternoon for the toddler's graduation from preschool in West Fargo? And in looking at the 7-day planner, we'll toss you back here. Thanks, Steve, for the question. Friday looks fantastic. The morning could bring a passing sprinkle or shower, but right now looks like comfortable temperatures for the youngsters graduating. And congratulations to all of the graduates. Young and more advanced, high school, college, all of you. You should be very proud of what you've done. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. We'll check back in again in the morning. I'll keep my